Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at the Monoprice Select 3D printer version 2. This printer is highly popular. Most people who want to get into the foray of 3D printing, either for themselves or for the classroom setting, tend to gravitate towards this particular unit because of its price point of $329. So we're going to be asking the question, does this product work and will it work for you? However, if you're one of those people that can't wait until the end of the video, let me save you some time right now and say, this printer absolutely does not work. I would never recommend this to a single person on the planet. If you want to throw away $329 for this product, please just click on my name below and you can actually give me the $329 or simply throw it out, because that's what you're going to get with this product. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what this product's all about and why I would never recommend it. Before we get talking about why I would never recommend this product, let's talk about some of the pros for it. First of all, it does have a nice big platform for you to print on. It's approximately 220 millimeters by 220 millimeters, which is larger than many of the other products by maybe like FlashForge for their initial printer, or the Quiddy series that starts out, they're probably about 150 millimeters. So this is actually substantially bigger. The other nice thing about this printer is that you can get it for $329 on Amazon. However, with that being said, let's look at the other features of this product to see why exactly it's not going to probably be something you want to incorporate into your life. All right, the very first thing you're going to notice about my particular printer is that it has an upgraded kit on it. It has these braces. And why does it have these braces? These braces are actually designed to stabilize this machine because during the printing process, there's a lot of vibrations, and this machine is not built well at all. In fact, one of the worst things about this printer is the vibrations, and even though it is made out of nice steel, the bolts, they don't seem to hold it together very well. So you're always going to get crooked prints, or you're going to get prints that simply don't work. With that being said, this right here, this kit is another $30 to $50 depending on where you get it from, or if you want to make it like I've done, it'll probably cost you around $10. However, you're going to add that on to the initial price point of $330. The other thing I absolutely despise about this printer, other than the fact it never wants to work, is this bed. The bed is the worst bed I've ever had my experience dealing with. I have taught 3D printing for many years. I've taught 3D design for many years, and I've had to build lots of different printers in any variety. And this is the worst printer because the bed, no matter how often you level it, one of the corners will not be squared. These screws right here continually want to loosen during the printing process. So even if you started out semi-smooth and flat, your bed will not be flat by the end of that. The other thing that I find absolutely atrocious with this machine is this device right here. It's not real loud, so that's a nice thing for the printer, because in my classroom, I use this the entire year with my 5th grade students, and it wasn't very loud when it was printing. So inside of this unit right here are the guts. This is the electronics, this has the power supply, and the main motherboard. With that, I will tell you, I've replaced this board twice in this machine because it has burned out or simply stopped working. And it is widely known among people in the community that the board is defective and it can't handle the power supply. Currently, this is the 3rd iteration of the board, and the first 2 of them, like I said, went out. With this one, it no longer now will read the firmware. It was reading it just fine up until a couple days ago, and now, once again, it won't work. One of the big problems, though, is the fact that the power supply on this unit is too powerful for the board, and it burns it out. One of the recommended fixes is always to add another component inside of here, like a heat sink, what's called a MOSFET, which will help alleviate some of that voltage. However, what that requires on the behalf of the consumer is to pump more money into a machine that should have been released with all quality components. So now, with the braces and the MOSFET upgrade, I will now have to have added another $50 to $70 on top of what my initial cost was. So now this takes this printer up to $400. Another thing, it uses these tiny SD cards, these micro SD cards, which would not be a problem. However, because the board itself is not reliable, this has busted in here on 2 occasions as well, which requires it to be resoldered to work properly. The next frustrating part of this machine As you can see, the bed does not work as well. This bed has also been replaced. Once the bed was replaced, the thermocoupler went out. The thermocoupler has been replaced, and guess what? Now inside the guts of the machine, it won't work because you need the MOSFET upgrade. This is ridiculous. Do not purchase this machine. Lastly, the one point I want to make about this machine is that many people will say that you can contact Monoprice. I have contacted Monoprice about this machine since the first week of having it, and I've spoken with numerous representatives, and they've continually given me nothing but the runaround, which is disappointing because as an educator, I don't have the finances to continually to add upgrades, nor do I have the time to put in to add the actual upgrades and install them myself always. And third, this is a machine that was meant for my students, for my kids in my classroom, and it doesn't work. And that itself frustrates me, and it frustrates my students because there's nothing positive I can say about this machine. I have upgraded so many parts on it that there's probably over $150 worth of extra parts. And I hate to throw it out because it does look like it could work, but it won't work. And Monoprice themselves, I've contacted them repeatedly about some of the problems. The circuit board, the heated bed plate, and they keep giving me the runaround.
The number you have reached is temporarily out of service. Please hang up and try again later.
They've done it so much that the machine is now out of warranty. And that's very disappointing that any company would take your hard-earned money and continually provide products that should have never been released with inferior components. I would not recommend anyone to purchase this particular machine, whether it be for personal use or school use. It simply will let you down. The components are inferior. The company itself is not responsive to your inquiries, let alone fixing the machine. And it's just a complete waste of money. More importantly, it's very frustrating. If you're one of those people that are going to be excited about 3D printing, you want to get in there and do it, this isn't the machine to do it. I cannot say that enough. This machine gets a big thumbs down. If any questions or comments about today's video, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thank you for watching. Hey, welcome back. If you're a teacher or someone who's thought about getting into 3D printing, today we're going to be looking at the Monoprice Select version 2, and we're going to be asking the question, does it work? And before we get started with this, as you can see right now, I can't even do it. As you can see by it not running, let's do this again. All right,